Hey everyone, Efren here with Century 21. I'm starting a new series and I'm going to be going over some disclosures. And trust me, in the real estate business, there's a lot of disclosures. Disclosures are some of the things that the state of California wants us, the realtor, the professional, to go over with you, the consumer, so you can be fully aware of what's going on. Now, the disclosure that we're going through today is called the disclosure regarding real estate agency relationship. Now, every time you have a discussion with about real estate with a realtor, it's important that you need to understand the types of ways an agent can represent you, whether it's a seller's agent or a buyer's agent or an agent that's representing both the buyer and the seller. Now, I did take the courtesy of highlighting some of these key ideas that I usually go over every time we sit down when you're getting either a listing appointment or a pre-qualifying appointment, whether you're buying or selling any real estate. This is one of the first documents that we go through because we want you to understand exactly how it is that we represent you. Now, the first one is a seller's agent. This one usually accompanies a listing agreement. So you want to sell your house, I come out to your house, I check out the house, and we discuss about how it's going to proceed of putting the house on the market. Now, this is when I'm only representing a seller. Now, you're going to see a couple words here that repeat itself because they're so important, and one of them is fiduciary, right, or fiduciary duties. Now, what does that mean is that per the state of California, as a licensed realtor, I have a fiduciary responsibility to be honest, operate with integrity, and look after your best interests. That's contractually I'm obligated to that because the state of California has put that it's my fiduciary responsibility. Now, there's a couple other things. I have to be able to show reasonable skills and performance to carry out my duties. And lastly, again, going to disclosures, I have to be able to disclose everything that I know about the property, whether it's a material fact or any fact that I know about the property that needs to be disclosed. Now, on the other side, there's the buyer's agent, and a buyer agent can, with consent, um, negotiate contracts, set appointments with listings to have showings, and again, it shows again here fiduciary, right? Fiduciary is again having integrity, honest, loyalty when I'm dealing with buyers, right? Again, that's the state of California. That's a mandate that I have to be operating in good faith, or any agent at that, not just myself. This is a disclosure that we go through. Now, there are times, right? There are times here where agent is going to be representing both the seller and the buyer. But see here, it's very specific. A real estate agent is either acting directly through one or more salespersons in the broker's associates, right? So my office here at Century 21 All Stars, we have about 250 agents. So what that means is that if another agent is representing the seller and I'm representing the buyer, then that means the agency is representing both the seller and the buyer. Again, here you go with the word again, fiduciary. Both myself and the other agent have a fiduciary responsibility towards the buyer and the seller. And by no means we have the permission to give out confidential information or anything that's going to impact the price or the bottom line of the seller, or the top, how much is the buyer going to be willing to pay. So those are very important because we deal with a lot of dual agencies that we have to be able to thread the line and understand how to best protect our buyer and our agent, especially when we're representing both. Now, lastly, just because the disclosure is tailored for realtors and showing you what they're supposed to do, it does not take away from the responsibilities of both buyers and sellers. You guys have responsibilities to best protect your own interests. Now, it says right here, do not relieve a seller or buyer from the responsibility to protect their own interests. Just like I said, you have to read all agreements. Now, I tell this to all my clients all the time. I tell them, look, if I'm going too fast or anybody in the transaction is going too fast, you have to let us know to slow down and explain it to you. Okay. So we only go as fast as you like us to go, and we'll go over transactions until you feel comfortable and confident. Now, uh, buyers have the duty to exercise reasonable care to protect yourself. Now, a lot of times there's going to be the disclosures of the house, on the condition of the property, of what happened there, all the information. Now, you can go above and beyond, and you can go drive on Friday, you can drive during the school day, you can check out the area. There are things that you can do that the realtor does not do for you to understand the property that you're buying or selling, right? Now, there's another part of this too, is that we're not tax professionals, we're not lawyers. So both if you're a buyer and a seller, I think it's very important, and per the state of California, it's important that you seek tax advice from a competent professional or legal advice from a lawyer. Now, we have the knowledge of stuff and we can suggest things, but at the end of the day, if you're talking about taxes, it's better if you go to a professional. If you're talking about legal, go to a professional. We're here to facilitate the purchase and the sale of a property using disclosures. Now, here I put in the last bit, I put note: real estate broker commissions are not set by law and are fully negotiable. So a lot of times when you're dealing with a listing or you're dealing with a buyer, a lot of times these commissions are negotiable. So that is what the disclosure of regarding agency relationship is. If you have any questions, you can always give me a call. My number is 562-659-6403. And I'll be coming out with more disclosure videos, so that way I can put them on my YouTube. If you guys have any questions, you guys can always refer back to these videos or any other disclosures that you guys may want to look out. There's SPRP, there's a whole bunch of them. So you guys gonna see them. Take it easy. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.